My name is Sarah Bruce. I'm a junior at Colorado State University, and I'm currently an inter-university senator for the Associated Students of Colorado State University. Last year I had the opportunity to serve on the Gwen LaPuma cabinet as the Deputy Director of Legislative Affairs, which was an amazing experience. I was the only member of cabinet that was returning this last year on the incoming term of President Sidoriak, and did not get hired back for any position, let alone the ones that I applied for. Meanwhile, I watched as fraternity members of those who had supported the campaign came in and filled the seats that I was looking for in the cabinet. So I was not hired back because the current president's girlfriend thought that he had a crush on me, which is gender discrimination in the most blatant form that you could possibly conjure up. And meanwhile, I did watch someone fill my seat that was a man with no experience in cabinet, let alone legislative affairs. And that's no diss to him. He's a great person and is doing great in the job, but qualifications, I definitely had him beat, and I can say that with the utmost confidence. The president then started rumors about me that I was acting in ways that were inappropriate for an office space, which if you took a couple minutes to get to know me, I think you would understand that that's not in my character at all, never has been and never will be. So it was a traumatic experience. I'd grown to rely on the stipend I was receiving from that position. I loved the position. I had a really heavy network with that position, so all of that went away, all of that dissipated faster than I imagined, and it was hard to move past that and see myself as not deserving of what had happened. So I took a semester off of ASCSU just because I was honestly traumatized and afraid to go in the office because of the horrible things that he was saying about me. So when I finally got the courage to come back into the ASCSU office, I decided to circumvent the discrimination and illogical acts of President Sidoriak. Coming back into Senate, which is a different branch of ASCSU entirely, I thought I'd be okay. I thought I'd be able to avoid how corrupt everything had been in the cabinet. Not the case at all. The president definitely had his little web of discrimination intertwined all throughout that, which you can see just by looking at articles in the Collegian. And the Collegian is riddled with articles of women saying that they have had traumatic experiences in working in that office. And, he sits there and points fingers at different people that maybe should be responsible when really he should just be pointing back at himself. I mean, it's unbelievable. Women in that office are completely discredited. People see us as there for quota props. They see us as there to fill a gap, to say that there are women working in ASCSU and that we are happy and we're go-lucky. I'm fine. I can handle it, but to some extent it just gets really frustrating being manipulated and treated so much different than my male peers. And it's something where I understand that I am different. Being a woman, I get that and I appreciate that, and I think it's beautiful to be a woman. What I don't understand is why that can't be valued in the professional setting as well. It's okay for someone to hold a door for me. They don't have to apologize if they say guys when I'm sitting there. That's okay, and I'll let that slide. But what's not okay is when people say that, they use us and they throw our names into situations saying that we're helpless and that we're being abused and that we're weak and this and that, when that's such a lie. It's such a lie, in your dreams, honestly. I was even told that by one of the guys that was at a Senate session, very, very good friends and a co-author of a bill with President Sidoriak, that he understands that he can silence me just by being in my presence because he's a man and I'm a woman. And that's the kind of thing that I refuse to put up with, and that's the kind of thing that all of us women refuse to put up with. So we did address Senate in a joint speech. We kind of manipulated procedure there to get our voices heard. It was something that needed to be said, though. We were able to address different media outlets that had also grabbed onto the stories that the administration was spouting and really twisted them, for the benefit of entertainment, which also, there's no excuse for that either. Meanwhile, nobody thought to even ask us how we felt. No one thought to ask us what it was like for us in the office environment while everyone was saying how weak and horrible things are, and I don't know. So it was an interesting experience, something that all of us learned a lot from, and hopefully it'll change with the incoming administration, but I guess until this one goes out, we just kind of have to hold our breath.